We are now on example 5 for 6.6, the equation of a line. So now we're asked to find the equation of a line. Oh, we know this. The equation of a line. Equation of a line. That's the y equals mx plus b. With the same x-intercept as this line and the same y-intercept as this line. So these are two separate statements. What they're saying is that I got the x-intercept from this one, so I'm going the same x-intercept as this line. So I'm going to grab this. This is telling you where the x-intercept is, so that's my clue for this one. And the same y-intercept as this one, so we're going to do two separate clues. This is like two separate questions, and we'll put them together. So this one here, that's my y-intercept. The y-intercept is this line, and the x-intercept from here. So we're doing two separate clues. So my x-intercept is when y equals 0. So I'm going to grab this pink part here. So grab this one and put 0 in for the y. So we're going to do this. 3x minus 6. And then wherever you see y, you're subbing in 0 in a bracket. Plus 12 equals 0. So we're going to cross this off. That becomes a 0, and you rewrite what's left over. 3x plus 12 equals 0. We're solving for x, which means we're going to bring the 12 over and make it the opposite signs when it hops over the equal sign. So 3x equals negative 12. And whenever you're solving for a variable, you divide by whatever is in front. So divide it by 3. That crosses off. And we're left with x equals negative 4. That's my x-intercept, so I go therefore negative 4, comma, and y is 0 for x-intercepts. That's 1 point. It's a separate question here, not separate part of the question for this one. So for the y-intercept from this as this line, so I'm going to do y-intercept is when x equals 0, and this is this part, from this part here. So we're going to do the same thing as we did for y-intercept on the previous example. It's when x equals 0. We're going to take this equation and go 7. Wherever you see x, we're going to sub in 0 in a bracket, plus 2y minus 24 equals 0. 0 times anything is 0, so that's gone. I rewrite it without that, so 2y minus 24 equals 0. Bring this over to the other side, and we get 2y equals, when it's minus 24, it becomes positive 24. Whenever we're solving and there's a number in front, we're down to the last step, we divide both sides by whatever's in front. That cancels out. Y equals 12. So therefore, this would be 0, 12, and b equals 12. The reason why I want this is because we have the equation as well. So the equation, we're going to use the b is 12, and we also have a coordinate. So it's used two different ways. So my y-intercept is actually two different things. It's a coordinate and it's b. Okay, I like to write it both ways, so you can do the same thing. Now, what am I missing for the equation of a line? For the equation of a line, I need two things. So always, the equation of a line is y equals mx plus b. I need the m and the b. So they first gave us a hint, so I had to take the hint and break it into two parts of my question. And I now want to fill in the m and the b. I actually have the b, but I'm missing the m. So if I want to find m, I'm going to write a title, find m, or slope. Find m. I'll say find m. You can use the word slope or find m. M equals, and write the equations. You're always writing titles. So see how I've got titles here? I've got titles. Oh, and I also want to point out, look, my equal signs are nicely lined up, and no equal signs here. Equal signs lined up, but no equal signs here. I have a nice conclusion. Now I want to find m, and I want a title and the equation. y2 minus y1 x2 minus x1. I want the equation written properly with the m and this whole thing, and I've said this multiple times, that's subscript. Right, so I do want that written properly. And now we've got two coordinates right here. For my two coordinates, you don't have to label it, but this is x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, I label it underneath so I can follow, so you guys can follow better. Y2 would be 12 minus 0. X2 would be 0 minus negative 4. That gets me 12 minus 0 is 12. Oh, and look, see how I lined up the equal sign? I'll just point this out again. See, I'm lining it up nice and neat in the middle. I write the equals right away. 12 minus 0, 0 minus minus 4 is 4. 12 divided by 4 is exactly 3. That's my slope. Okay, so hopefully this is getting a bit easier. And then this was the new thing we added. And then my conclusion, I don't have to find B. So don't put my title. It's usually find M and find B. You don't need to find B because you found it already. So therefore, my answer would be y equals 3x. And then your B is from above here, plus 12. And you're done. So you don't have to find B because you have B from above. Right, so you're just putting in your M and your B, and you're all done. So this is the type of question where they love to give you two clues to it. So you've got a clue, and then you put it together with what we already know how to find M, and you put your concluding sentence there.